Okay, alrighty. How y'all doing today, man? Hope y'all doing good, staying well, staying healthy, all that great stuff. And listen, just to let everyone know, the schedule starts now. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays is what I'll be uploading on this channel. Alright? Bet. Listen, today we are reacting to He Punished Larry Bird, but then. I saw this title, I was kind of like, who we talking about? Who we talking about? Who's he? Punished. That's a big word right there, but punished? Not much to say, really. We're gonna get straight into the action. Yeah, we're gonna get straight into the action. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, man.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hello and good day to you all. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Now, first of all, I want to give a shout out back to Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson's show, All the Smoke. It's a great show. They also cover a lot of old school basketball, so you want to check that one out. And for my episode today, I want to cover a Larry Bird story that I'm pretty sure not too.
I actually been watching All the Smoke podcast. I ain't gonna. It's a dope thing they got going for real. Like Allen Iverson, Kobe, Kevin Garnett, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Hart, legends on there for real.
Many of you guys know, I always do my best to find stories that haven't been covered a million times before, and I think this one could be very interesting to you. So let's dig right into today's episode.
Yeah. What? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Alright. I gotta get in the groove, you know what I'm saying? Every time that song come on. Robert Reid. 6'8", 6'9". Okay. Never heard of Robert Reid.
Look at the shooting statistics. 50% for Houston, only 33.
Snap. Oh, snap, he moving. Okay, hold on. Let me get right quick. Okay, he moving okay. Nah, he was moving. He said, let me see that right quick. Okay.
50% for Houston, only 33 for Boston Celtics. Here's Robert Reid with another steal to start the game.
Oh, yo. If he dunked that right there. Alright.
Reid playing with great confidence. There is Allen Level who starts the second half. Robert Reid, 18 from the outside. 6-point lead for Houston. Billy Parks had that excellent first half. Look what Robert Reid came up with. That'll count, and he's fouled by Robert Parrish. 4 on Robert Parrish, who's on the bench. Larry Bird. Reid comes out on him. Bird almost travels. Reid comes up to Henderson. That was just fine defense by Robert Reid. Now there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Archibald on the move. Rebound, Reid. You see the time left.
And that's what he's going to do. If his team needs scoring, he'll do that.
Larry Bird, I'll be honest, we always pointed at each other. We never really shook hands until after the series was over with. But he was the type of guy, a player, that if you didn't bring it that night, he'd tell you, why don't you just go home? Just go on back. Because he wanted the competition every night. And you have to respect that.
Word. Respect.
Now, this story involves a player with the name of Robert Reid. He played for the Houston Rockets in the early 1980s, and this is exactly where we're going to start with this story.
Okay.
Robert Reid was drafted in the second round with the 40th pick overall by the Houston Rockets in the year 1977. In his rookie season, Robert received about 20 minutes per game because his team at that time was in the rebuilding process and was really trying to get better year by year. Reid was a 6'8" small forward that loved to run the floor. In most of his games, he was not taking any shots, but he was more known to finish with layups at the end of a fast break. But still, Robert worked really hard at his game, and in his second season, he was already starting in many games. His numbers increased, and he was a player that could easily average 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. In most games, he also did a very good job defensively against some of the best players in the league. In the year 1980, the Rockets were a solid team that could compete for the playoffs, and Robert was averaging almost 16 points, 7 rebounds, and was setting a franchise records with 2 steals per game. And in exactly that season,
Hey, I'll take those numbers. What? I'll take those numbers. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
also one regular season game against Larry Bird. It was the 19th of December in 1980, and Robert Reid was guarded by Larry Bird. But that night, Robert simply destroyed Larry. And no matter what Bird did, he was not able to stop Robert. At the end of the game, Robert Reid had 32 points on Bird. Now we have to put that into the right perspective. Larry was not a great defender, but he was a solid defender. And not so many players were able to drop 32 points on Larry. But this would not be the only time that Robert Reid would give Larry Bird buckets. Now the Houston Rockets had a 40-42 record and barely made it into the playoffs. But someway somehow they managed to upset one team after the other, and they really made it to the NBA Finals. And their opponent would be the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics in that season were already an incredible team. Larry Bird was still very young, but already one of the brightest stars in the league next to Magic Johnson and Dr. J. When the Rockets made it to the finals, most people believed that the Celtics would sweep them. And rightfully so. Boston had a way better team with countless superstars. Houston, on the other hand, had to wait for a couple more years before Hakeem Olajuwon would join the franchise and become their new superstar. In Game 1, the Rockets had to play in Boston and were the clear underdog. But Robert Reid was playing out of his mind.
Welcome to sold-out Boston Garden. Game 1 of the NBA Championship Finals as the Boston Celtics play host to the Houston Rockets.
Tough-minded team that has a lot of willpower, and so that I don't think that's over here.
And Fitch directing his team into the finals. After 8 years in Cleveland, his second year with Boston, and Billy Fultz again. Fultz has really been an unsung hero for this Houston team. Steal, Robert Reid.
Let me see those.
Led the team this year.
Let me see those.
Houston and steal. 3, 2. Reid with 1. He just got it underway and hit it.
Thanks, so.
Maxwell on the pick by Billy Fultz, and Reid has 12 points. Look at the shooting statistics. 50% for Houston, only 33.
Give me those. Okay, that's what we saw in the beginning of the video. Tough leg.
And Reid playing with great confidence in the series this year. There is Alan Level, who starts the second half. Robert Reid, 18 from the outside. 6-point lead for Houston. Billy Fultz in the first half. Look what Robert Reid came up with. That'll count, and he's fouled by Robert Perry. Out to Reid. Robert Reid. Reid is having an outstanding night. 4 on Robert Perry. She's on the bench. Larry Bird. Reid comes out on him. Bird almost travels. Reid comes out on Henderson. That was just fine defense by Robert Reid. Reid moving in. Fall away. Beauty. Left hand. Super. Beautiful. Back to the live action. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Ooh, got you. Ooh, okay.
Another big shot. 27 points for Robert Reid.
At the end, the Celtics won that game just by 3. But Robert Reid had an incredible performance on both ends of the floor. Not only did he drop 27 points on the Celtics, 16 on Bird by the way, but he also stole the ball 4 times from Larry Bird. Now the Celtics really tried everything to stop Reid. They put different players on him, always had a fully committing help side, but Reid shot 54% that night. And this was only the beginning of a very crazy series. In the first 5 games of that series, Robert Reid held Larry Bird to an average of just 16 points per game. He was playing the passing lanes like crazy, trying to limit Bird's touches, and really made it hard for Bird to breathe. Reid, on the other hand, also had his problems on the offensive side for the Knicks games. Shutting down Larry Bird really took all of his energy. Only in Game 4 he put up decent numbers where he scored 19 points. Then, in Game 6, the Celtics were leading 3-2. They had the chance to close out the series. Robert Reid, who was a very religious man, prayed before the game.
Out the door of the hotel, I got on my hands and knees, and I said, Lord, now you brought us a mighty long way, and we want to thank you. I want to thank you. Now, Lord, you know I've never prayed for a victory. I'm not now, but just do this. Give me the strength so this white boy Larry Bird does not get MVP.
Then when the game started, again Robert Reid was unstoppable.
Reid was Maxwell on in. Robert Reid uses the screen by
Word.
for 4. Dunleavy gets one. 23-18. Henderson.
Oh, sweet.
Bird is back. 3-on-1. Robert Reid. As now there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Archibald on the move. Rebound, Reid. You see the time left. Robert Reid makes it a 1-point game. Standing high school player. Robert Reid, quick move. The first down. Henderson off to Willoughby. Reid, Carr reaching in, but Robert Reid. Summit, they're excited. 4 minutes left in the second period. Billy Fultz with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Reid, 3, 2. It will count, and a foul underneath the basket. And Billy Fultz.
Again, Robert Reid was unstoppable and dropped 27 points, but it would not be enough. Why? Because Larry Bird was also unstoppable that night. Not only did he also have 27 points, but he had the game-deciding three-pointer in the last minute of the game, being there when it mattered the most. After the series, Robert Reid and Larry Bird would shake hands for the first time as a sign of respect. Larry Bird, who was shut down the entire series, was there when it mattered the most. And also in that series, he would have one play that would go down as one of the best plays in NBA history.
Oh, wow. So this was the game. I've always seen this play as well as everyone else, but I never know what, like, led up to it. You know what I'm saying?
He would have one play that would go down as one of the best plays in NBA history.
Wow.
Okay, everyone, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you want to...
Tough. Hey, shout out Sean David. Good video. Original link will be in the description for anyone interested. That's tough right there, man. Robert Reid, huh? He seemed like a down-to-earth man, you know what I'm saying? A solid dude, you know, so. Wasn't enough to beat Larry, but hey, hey, he did his thing, though. He did his thing, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Larry Bird. Wow, that's respect, though. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you mess with it, please leave a like down below. There's a lot of help to the channel. And yeah, hope y'all stay well. Stay blessed. Love you very much, man. Peace. I'm out. Woo!